Hello and welcome back to another video. Here we are going to solve another past year paper from October-November 2020, and we are going to solve Pure Mathematics 1 today, and it is 9709. The component is 1, 2. So let's start with the question number 1. Question number 1. The coefficient of x cube in the expansion of 1 plus kx into 1 minus 2x to the power 5 is 20. Find the value of constant k. So what we are going to do, first of all, we'll find the coefficient of x cube from here, and we don't have to expand it completely. We can directly find the x cube by looking at the 1 and kx. From 1, if we'll multiply this 1 in this bracket and we have x cube coefficient, then we can get x cube. And from kx, if we are multiplying in this bracket with the x square term, then only we will get x cube coefficient. It means from 1 minus 2x to the power 5, we require the coefficient of x square and coefficient of x cube. This is what we require. And coefficient of x square, we can see it is 5. So the first one is no x, then third one is x square. So for the third term, it is going to be 5c2, 1 to the power 5 minus 2, 3, and minus 2x to the power 2. This is going to be going to give us coefficient of x square, which is going to be 5c2. 5c2 is 10. 5c2 is 10, so it is going to be 10 from here, and minus 2 square is 4, so 4 into 10 is 40, and it becomes 40x square. And from here, the third term, it is going to be coefficient of x cube means this is going to be fourth term, so 5c3, 1 to the power 5 minus 3, that is 2, and minus 2x to the power 3 here, which will give it as 5c3. We know that 5c3 is also 10, so 10 from here, and minus 2 cube is 8, minus 8, so minus 8 into 10 is minus 80, and it becomes minus 80 x cube. So for x cube coefficient, we only need to get these two terms, so we'll multiply here, and we are going to get it as 40x square minus 80 x cube plus and so on. And from here we will get, multiplying this by 1, we'll get minus 80, and from this we'll get 40k, and this become x cube. So according to question, we have the coefficient, this coefficient minus 80 plus 40k, this is 20 given, and hence 40k is equal to 100, because minus 80 plus 20, 100, and we got k value as 10 over 4, that is 2.5. so k value is 2.5. Otherwise also we could expand this completely. 1 minus 2x to the power 4, we know the coefficients are going to be 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. So it was easy, but it was not required to work at all for all the coefficients. So we have only done for x square and x cube. And here is the question number 2. The first, second, and third term of a geometric progression are 2p plus 6, minus 2p, p plus 2 respectively, where p is positive. Find the sum to infinity of the progression. So sum to infinity, s is a over 1 minus r. So all we need to get is the value of r, because we have a as 2p plus 6, and r is the common ratio here, and common ratio means minus 2p upon the previous value, 2p plus 6, and this has to be same for the next, that is third value upon second value. And from here, after solving this, we will get the p value. We'll replace in any of this, either in the first one or the second fraction. So let's solve this. It is going to be 4p square cross multiply is equal to p plus 2 times 2p plus 6, which is going to be 2p square and then 6p and 4 10p and plus 12. Now we can cancel it. I'll take it to the one side and it become 2p square minus 10p minus 12 is equal to 0, or dividing by 2 we'll get p square minus 5p minus 6 is equal to 0. We can write in the factorized form, and this is going to be p minus 6 p plus 1. So we got p as minus 1, which is not acceptable, and 6. So p value is going to be 6 because it is given that p is positive, and hence sum to infinity s is equal to from here we can calculate r as well. So this will give r is minus 2 times p, that is 6, upon 2 times p plus 6. So it become minus 12 upon 6 to the 12 plus 6 18 minus 2 by 3. So it become a, that is 2p plus 6, so 2 6 are 12 plus 6 18 upon 1 minus 2 by 3, so 1 plus 2 by 3. It become 18 multiplied by 3 and divide by 3 plus 2 5. It become 18 3s are 54 over 5. That is the answer, and we can write in the decimal as well. It is going to be 10.5 10.8, otherwise that is also fine. I hope it is clear. Let's do the next question. Here's the third question. The equation of a curve is y is equal to 2x square plus m times 2x plus 1, where m is a constant, and the equation of a line is given as y is equal to 2x plus 4. Show that for all the values of m, the line intersects the curve at two distinct points. So since it is going to, we are going to find for the intersection, so we'll equate them. So it is going to be 2x square plus m times 2x plus 1 is equal to 6x plus 4. So we are going to show that it is true. It is going to give us two solutions for all the values of m. So let's calculate. it. It is going to be, we can rearrange it, 2x square, this is 2mx and it is 6, so it become 2m minus 6x. Here it is m and here it is 4, so it become m minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation in x. So for two distinct solutions, first of all we'll calculate b square minus 4ac. And if it is going to be greater than 0, then it is going to intersect at two distinct points. So this is equal to 2m minus 6 whole square minus 4 times a, that is 2, into c, that is m minus 4. So we can take 2 common from here and it would be 4, or we can expand it, but I think 4, and then we'll expand m minus 3 and it will give m square minus 3 to the 6m plus 3 3s are 9 and minus 8 times m minus 4. So I'll take 4 common again completely, and we're left with m square minus 6m, and from here 2m plus 9, and here from here 2 4s are 8, so plus 8. So we are left with 4 times m square minus 8m plus 17. Now we have to prove that it is greater than 0, and for that we can take the help of completing square method, and it is going to be m minus 4 whole square minus 4 square, that is 16, plus 17. So this becomes 4 times m minus 4 whole square and plus it is 1, so 4, and which is of course going to be greater than 0 because 4 is positive. This will always be positive for any value of m, so this is going to be 0 greater than 0, and we can write it also for all m minus 4 whole square is greater than 0, so b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, and hence there are going to be two distinct points of intersection of this line and the curve. I hope it is clear. Let's do the next question. Here's the question number 4. The sum Sn of the first n terms of an arithmetic progression is given by this. The kth term in the progression is greater than 200. Find the smallest value of k. So we have this Sn and we need to find for the kth in the kth term in the progression is greater than this. So first of all we need to find kth term, and we know the kth term we can get it like summing the kth term, get the sum of first k terms and then subtract the k minus sum of the first k minus 1 term. It's like if we want to find the kth term, which is suppose this one is the kth term, and we get the sum of these all and we subtract the sum till here, then we will get the remaining, that is the kth term. So we are going to get it from here, that is k square plus 4k minus k minus 1 whole square plus 4 times k minus 1, and which is going to be k square plus 4k minus k minus 1 whole square. We'll solve it first. K square minus 2k plus 1 plus 4k minus 4, and then we can see these two will be cancelled and we are left with k square minus plus 2k, because this is 4k and this will minus 4k cancelled, and minus k square, and it is going to be minus 3, so it becomes plus 3. So we got cancelled this as well. So kth term is 2k plus 3. This is the kth term. Now if it is given that kth term is greater than 200, so if this is greater than 200, then 2k would be greater than 197, and hence k would be greater than 197 by 2. So this k should be an integer, or we can say natural number here in this case. So we'll find what is 197 by 2, which is of course 98. This is 98.5. So in order to get the number k which is greater than 98.5, the smallest value would be, the smallest value is going to be 99, and more than that it is true, so smallest value is 99. Now here it is, fifth question. Functions f and g are defined by this. For x belongs to real number and gx defined where x is not equal to -1 and all the real number, we need to find the value of f g of x. So we'll calculate f of g of 7. From here it is 4 over 7 plus 1 8, that is 1 by 2. So f of 1 by 2, we will get it from here 4 into 1 by 2 minus 2, and that is going to be 0. So f g of 7 is equal to 0. Next is find the value of x for which f inverse x is equal to g inverse of x. So what we are going to do, we are going to find the inverse function of these all, and from here we can calculate f inverse. For f inverse we can directly say this is going to be y, so y plus 2 upon 4. So it is going to be x plus 2 upon 4. It is the F inverse. And for G inverse, we can take it as I'll write it as y is equal to 4 upon x plus 1. Then we'll make x as a subject and we'll get x is equal to 4 upon y minus 1. So G inverse of x become 4 upon x minus 1. So let's solve this equation now. It is x plus 2 upon 4 is equal to 4 by x minus 1, and hence it is going to be cross multiplied, and x plus 2 into x, and we can write it as 4 minus x upon x first of all, then cross multiply and become 4 times 4 minus x, or x square from here, and this is minus 4x, this is 2x, so 2x and minus plus 4x, this is 16, so minus 16 is equal to 0, or x square plus 6x minus 16 is equal to 0. And now we will calculate this value. We can factorize it. The two number 8 2s are 16, so it become x plus 8 and x minus 2. So two values of x would be 2 and minus 8. So that is the solution for F inverse x is equal to G inverse x. So